Maybe this is just karma for something, but I'm locked out my house. Just like looked at my keys, and the key that I used to open my front door just isn't on my keys. And it's really annoying, so I like looked and I called a bunch of companies on the internet. One said an hour and the other one said 40 minutes, so I took the 40 minutes one, but their name is Quick Info Help. It's like the weirdest name for a locksmith I've ever heard. So I have a really bad feeling someone's gonna roll up here and tell me they need to drill into my locks, and they're gonna try and charge me a bunch of money. You know, maybe it's just sitting out here for like ever waiting for a locksmith to come. I almost hired a scam one, which wouldn't have been good, but I cancelled them, so hopefully they don't show up. I mean, I'm never gonna pay them, so it'd just be a wasted journey for them. But yeah, I managed to find a normal one that's quite expensive anyway. So yeah, he let me back in my flat. £135 later, and yeah, let me just show you. Basically 2 hours, well, I called him like an hour ago. That was, you know, that guy was very handy for me. £135, you know, compared to some of the other prices I've had, is a good price. I'm back in, you know. At the end of the day, it'd be a lot more tolerable for me if my key wasn't there. An entire year. I've been in this flat almost a year, and I probably shouldn't, but I keep the keys right by the door. Like, I found out today that you wouldn't be able to steal my keys even if you tried. I wouldn't be able to reach my own keys. But I keep them there because I figure, worst case, I know whereabouts off the door they are, so I'll be able to get back in. But they're the first thing I see as I go to leave. Every time. Like, I haven't forgot my keys yet. Today, they fell off my key ring. I mean, seriously, come on. Of all the luck. So basically, I now know that there's £130 fine in this world for your keys falling off your key ring. So I'm going to put them back on my key ring, but this time I'm putting them like deep in my key ring. Like, basically, if the flat keys dropped down there, like the keys to the building, I'd be able to buzz any of the buzzers and just eventually someone would let me in. Like, people come and go from this flat all the time. You know, I'd be safe. I'm hanging them back up because that wasn't fun. But yeah. Why is it when I'm always busy, like I have something to do, something, you know, there've been so many days in the past few months where I've actually like turned around and I've been like, you know, I do work those days, but if I decided not to work today, you know, nothing is gonna go immediately wrong. Today is one of those days where I was like, I'll take a quick walk, I'll go out, and, you know, worst case, you know, it's like one of those things, worst case, I'll be, you know, I'll spend an hour or two out and I'll come back and I'll have to work extra hard to make up for it. But I need like some fresh air and I need to clear my head for like a little bit. I need a break. But of course, today is that one day where, like, you know, that was pushing it going out. And now I'm back and it's 9 o'clock. So now I've got the decision, work through tonight and be absolutely destroyed tomorrow. And, you know, thing is, I get sleep paralysis, like I told you. If I work now, basically, if I sit down and start singing at my computer, turn it on, you know, basically those 2 hours I was outside were my 2 hours left to work. And if I sit down now and I start working, you know, basically if I work till like 5 a.m, tomorrow is ruined. And there's more hours in tomorrow than there are left of the night. So it makes more sense to work tomorrow. But, you know, even if I do a few hours now, I'm just going to get sleep paralysis all night. And that means I'm not going to sleep tonight, and tomorrow is going to be ruined, and it'll be when I'm trying to sleep, so I'll do even less work. So I've kind of just fucked myself inadvertently because somehow my keys fell off of a keychain. What do I do? So I've sat here and I thought about it. I can't let this vlog die a death because I want to do my work. I want to do the work that I need to do, right? And Tony, I'm sorry if you see this. I'm putting my dinner into a fridge, by the way. I've got some rice there, 2 Rustler burgers, which are quick to cook up. I've got some mee goreng noodles, which I don't, funnily enough, actually use for the noodles. I cook them into rice and I make it proper fried rice, but they all got all the little ingredients in there that make actual mee goreng. So, yeah, if anyone doesn't know what that is, that's like fried rice from Malaysia, and it is the best. I grew up on nasi goreng, of course the vegetarian version, which is hard to find because technically it does have like crustaceans in the sauce. But I'm one of those guys where if you don't tell me, I shouldn't be saying this on here because, you know, it sounds really bad. And I don't think if any of my family members hear this, they'll be very happy. But I'm drinking Mountain Dew on it as well. Sorry, Mum. I know she watches these. Well, I think she does. She might not watch them all. In which case, you know, I'm angry at you too. I've been bit right here and it's so annoying. I was literally saying to someone yesterday, I never get bit. And what's happened, I've gotten bit. But like, there's so many mosquitoes and it's so hot. Today was horrible, but it's time to put on the old childish jumper. I'm not going out for long, but that was such a, it was such a, like, I don't know, mood kill. Having, I don't know, been sitting outside my flat for an hour, well 2 hours, waiting for a locksmith to let me in. I've got past the point where honestly it's a good idea to do any work because, like, yeah, it might sound like procrastination if I tell you that, you know, oh, tomorrow I won't be able to work then. It's true. Like, legitimately, if I give myself sleep paralysis by staying up a ridiculous amount of time tonight, working, or just trying to do a bit of work, like, in the next few hours before I go to sleep, then I'm not going to be able to work tomorrow. When it comes to things like that, you can't actually see where I am, which is the one good thing about this being so dark. Everybody has anxieties. You know, some people have it a lot worse than others. Some people overthink way too much. I certainly do. I think the main point of it is, you know, is you've got to decide at which point that anxiety just is something which is, you know, it's something you should be. There are things in life that, quite honestly, you should be anxious about. There are things in life that it makes sense to be anxious about, you know? Like, I don't know, going to the edge of a cliff and jumping off it without a bungee rope onto like a small little bullseye with 30 people holding it up, or like 2 people holding it up. Even more anxious you should be. I sound like Yoda then. But, you know, things like, I don't know, asking someone out, talking to the person that you know, you're scared to talk to, you know, was it, you know, making friends, going for that dream job, starting that new career, you know, all the hundreds of things I can list that probably everybody feels anxious about every day, you know. you got to ask yourself, yeah, sure, your anxiety is probably there for a reason. It's probably because you're scared of getting rejected, you're scared of failing, you're scared of loads of things. But at what point does that anxiety stop you from actually just living your life? Like, if you think about it, what's the worst case scenario of going out there and doing what you want to do? Because, like, there's a cat on that roof. But yeah, let's say you go out there and you talk to that person or whatever. What's the worst that's going to happen? You know, are they going to laugh at you in your face? They're going to turn around and tell you you're a dumbass for liking them. You know, I personally don't think I'd ever be mean to someone for saying that they liked me. I mean, you may not have the same feelings back, but, you know, I think about it. Like, going out there for that dream job, what's the worst that's going to happen? Going out there and living your dream, trying to start your career, you know, it's not easy. It's not, don't get me wrong, it's not easy to go out there. People have responsibilities, people have things in their lives that they need to take. Is the worst that can happen is you don't succeed. And I think sometimes failure is what people are most scared of. But, like, if you think about it, why be scared of failure? Because, you know, at least you tried. At least you can, you know, live the rest of your life knowing that, you know, I had this dream and I tried and I tried and it didn't work, but I know I tried. And, you know, you're in no different place than when you started, but you still know you tried. And best case, it works. And, you know, I reckon if you give it your all and you try and you want something really bad, it's probably, you know, you'd be surprised at how much it does end up working. You'd be surprised at how much things do work out for you. Yeah, like that then. I almost just got run over. But, you know, shit happens. I don't actually know what my plan is when I get to the beach because I don't have a tripod, so I don't know. But I guess if I turn the exposure right down, like the shutter speed right down, I turn the aperture right down and try and expose the image as much as I can, point the camera up at the sky directly from the floor. Don't know whether I'm going to record a video or take a photo that's just a long exposure, but maybe something cool will come. You can't see many lights in Brighton in the sky because there are so many lights on the ground. But I don't know, last night I just saw tons of shooting stars, so if it's peaking tonight, let's see. So you probably can't see anything right now. So I'm going to try to use the light. It's probably way too windy for you to hear this, but I'm going to sort of cover this. I'm just looking up at the sky right now to see if I can see what I saw yesterday, basically. And I have a camera with me that could probably capture it. I've just tested it out to see if there were lights, and well, you can see stars on it. So yeah, yesterday where I was, I didn't only see these stars, but I saw loads more stars, and I can see stars behind them. I'm probably within too much light to really see what I could see yesterday, but what the fuck, I'm gonna have a look from here and see. And yeah, I'm not gonna spend too long down here, but I feel like this is better than sitting at home watching TV. So let's see what I can see. Who knows, maybe I'll discover alien life tonight, you know? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe this is the encounter of the fifth kind movie, or the sixth kind. Maybe I have a fifth sense. I have wondered that for a while. I've always thought that I have a fifth sense, you know? Like, most people have 4 sensors. I probably have like at least 5 sensors in total. It's just my thought process, you know. Come on, pick it up. Okay, when we get to these lights, this is the thing that I want you to notice. So there's 2 lights, right? And if I move the camera, it makes things in the sky look like it's moving. So like when I first center on them, you can see the movement that's coming from my camera because it's quite obvious. But I want you to watch how they move apart from each other. I can make things move in the sky with my camera, but I can't change the difference between things, and I can't make them shoot off like this one will do at the end of this clip. I'm going to show you another clip afterwards where I think I catch a shooting star, and then at the end of it I also find another one of these flying balls. The thing about the flying balls in this clip is they appear to be moving at a constant speed, which would indicate that these are in fact meteors, I think. To like the best of my knowledge, I can't really say that they're doing anything unusual. The ones in the clip before, though, this current clip, it accelerates and then it disappears. And I think that is the weird thing, is they're accelerating away from each other at a varying speed, and we can see the difference between them, like the distance between them grow, and that wouldn't happen if I was just moving my camera around on the night sky. I can make little lights move, but I can't change the distance between 2 things. I think that's key here. Fuck yes! I got it, it's changing fucking direction! There's another fucking one. The fuck is that possible? I don't know if I can get it on here. It's so annoying. I managed to get one, so I know I have proof of one. I honestly just cannot see it on the screen. I don't honestly even know where it's gone. It's hard to spot with my eyes. It's right above me. There. That's not me moving this camera. See, that's definitely why I'd say go out when you don't feel like going out. So, I mean, gonna go home and sleep now. But yesterday, when my YouTube video went up, it was, I saw a UFO. Now, I've caught something weird on a camera. There's a little cat on that windowsill. Love cats. But yeah, I wonder if I could lure it down. Probably won't come down, it's like all perched away that you could reach, and I'd have to get weirdly close to somebody's window to get that cat. Ah, the temptations. So yeah, that's today's vlog. It's kind of a weird mishmash of my day, and tomorrow I'm gonna record a weird mash up of tomorrow, and I'm gonna just start trying to vlog my life. You know, like, I don't really feel right about putting friends on that don't, you know, put themselves out onto the internet or onto YouTube. So, you know, probably won't record meeting up with those, but you know, I don't know, I can have fun, weird adventures by myself with all of you guys watching, and I guess that's fun in its own way. I wonder what weird shit I can get up to. Makes being, you know, makes doing things on your own a lot more fun. Having like a reason to do it again. And yeah,